Hey guys, this is Jeremy's World 10 and I am your host Jeremy, who has been building custom vans and vehicles for over 25 years and also an industry leader when it comes to van and RV suspension. And guess what we have today is another amazing van. This is built on the Ford chassis. This is actually a Pleasureway. This is the Ontour 2.2. And this van has so many amenities that it's going to just blow your mind. And in the end of this video, we're gonna talk all about the price tag. And once I show you all of these cool features, I want to hear from you. Is it worth the price or is it just strictly too much? So let's talk about the first thing. This is a Ford Transit and this is a dual rear wheel setup. So you could technically buy this vehicle with nothing on the inside. However, Pleasureway has completely outdone themselves when it comes to building just a really nice Class B camper van. So what's really nice about this as well is this is an all-wheel drive Transit, meaning that you are going to have all 4 or actually 6 wheels gaining you traction on that terrain wherever you want to go. And it doesn't sit ridiculously low to the ground. However, you know, a little bit more ground clearance could always be a plus. I mean, yes, those tires are great, but if you really want to go out of the campground, would you need a little bit more tire? Really, these are all questions for you to consider if you're going to go into a Pleasureway. So with this all-wheel drive setup, it does have the normal McPherson strut, which is, to me, I'm gonna tell you, the McPherson strut setup is what you find in a lot of cars, and it's a little bit glorified. But what I do love is when you come up to the front of this, some of the key features that have already been added to this brand new 2024 van is, look at this Raptor grille, just how nice and clean that looks. It's got those signature 3 LED lights, and then it also is gonna have this bottom LED light, which at night is going to look simply amazing. Now I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna pop the hood on this and show you this 3.5 liter EcoBoost twin turbo engine, which is really, really nice because what's funny is this particular customer actually came from a Sprinter and was just completely dissatisfied. And after just the first road trip was already in love with how well this Transit drove, as well as the power in it. I mean, that's always impressive. And I also have the all-wheel drive Ford Transit, and I have to tell you, I absolutely love driving it. This thing is just ultra quiet, and look at almost, I wanna say how cute this thing is in there. You know, as long as you don't have to work on it, like, I guess there's no problem. But, you know, add oil and drive it. So far, I really love this 3.5 liter. I feel like the power that it has is so much better than the 3.7 liter non-turbo, which was just like, okay, so much more fun to drive. But there's so many other features about this that I absolutely just love. I feel like they did a really good job with the skirting along the bottom of this. It's gonna be really nice. And now what's great about this too, is it's also going to give me a nice step in order to get into. So if this vehicle was still higher, if it had a suspension package on it, it would still be really easy to get into. And that's the next thing. I wanna come into this cockpit. And I have to say that there's some features in this that I wish I had in my all-wheel drive Transit. This is gonna have that big touch screen. I really like that. One big thing that I neglected to get in my Transit was I was thinking like, oh, I don't really need the cruise control, but with that cruise control also comes the adaptive cruise control, which would be really nice on those long highway drives. So I don't think that they probably don't offer this in cruise control model, but just want to let you know. Now, another thing that's really nice about the new Transits is whether you have the technology package or not, you're gonna get the different modes. So we have 5 different modes here that you're gonna be able to select when you're going, you know, depending on where you're going. This winter, I had the opportunity to take it up to the snow and drive it in some, you know, deep snow, especially here by Southern California standard. And I really loved like the mud mode in it. I think it did really, really well. And in that vehicle's on a 265 tire, so a little bit bigger tire. But I'm gonna tell you what I think I like the most is these seats. This has like the leather style seat, and this seat just feels so much more comfortable. What's really nice is this seat is also going to be on a swivel, and the passenger seat is also going to be on a swivel so that you can have those turned around, have, you know, another dining table, set up a table between them. I'm just comfortable in the seat. I don't know that I would really want to get out of it and show you guys the rest of it, but I'm going to do that. Let's head back out. I'm going to show you some of the cool features that this thing has. So I love the glass all the way down the side. I like that it's gonna have the windows on here too, because that's where the bed is gonna be located on the back of this. You can tell by this little baby exhaust. There's also a generator on board, which is always a big plus on here as well. And what I also like is as we come all the way to the back of this, you see that this is already equipped with solar. So that's a big plus if you're gonna be wanting to go camping off grid. You don't wanna be running your generator. You can strictly be running off of your solar. I mean, that is always great. And as I open this up, you're going to see all of the control panel. You have your battery on off switch. And this is going to be a lot of the brain in the whole system. You're also going to have your power cord here. So if you do want to plug into shore power, you have the ability to do that. Now, another nice thing back here that you're going to have is you're going to have this power rear bed. You can go ahead and put the whole bed down. And I'm going to have to tell you, I think one of my favorite things in these Class Bs is having that rear bed just kind of be right here where you can just open it up, and wherever you're at, you really get to just enjoy, you know, your surroundings. And I think that that's the big key to it. Now, another nice feature I love about this is I can unlock the door and I can open that up even more to really just let the sun in and enjoy life, because that's the whole purpose. You might want to buy one of these is just to get out and enjoy it. I mean, look at that. It's like, woo! That's exciting. You're gonna have the nice rear camera on the back of this as well, so backing it up is going to be really easy. It's also gonna have your sensors in the bumper as well, which is gonna help. So if you're uncomfortable driving a large vehicle like this, you're gonna have a lot of aids to really help you out, like these sensors. So as you're backing up, it's gonna let you know, hey silly, watch out for whatever is behind you, if maybe you can't see it in the camera because it's so close. It's also really nice for accidents protection, is it's kind of sensing it in the front. If you were going to maybe hit something, it's saying, hey, don't do it. I will tell you the biggest thing for me is I was backing up and it thinks you don't see something, but you do, and then all of a sudden it like hits the brakes and you feel like you just hit whatever you saw behind you, but really, it just, got to put that back in there, make sure that goes back in. And it scared the crap out of me because I thought I ran into the car behind me, but it just was like, no, dummy. So we're gonna head over here. We're gonna open this thing up. And the first thing that I absolutely love in here, well, I mean, there's so many things, guys. I mean, the construction of this is just built really nice. But the first thing is like, wow, everything is through this touch panel right here. So I can come up to it and I can control whatever I want. I can go back to my home screen. I'm gonna have everything as far as like what my solar's at, what all my my battery levels are at, what my water level is at, my fresh, my gray, my propane, everything. And then if I want to be able to control my lighting, I simply go onto it, and all of them are on a dimmer switch. So I can simply just choose which one I want and turn it on. Like, hey, I want a reading light. Hey, I want my porch light on. Like, all of this stuff is easily able to control through this touch screen. Now, before we jump into this was something else that I really liked. Of course, you want to hang out, whether you're hanging out on the inside. This does have this full screen that's going to come down as well. Keep out all the bugs if you're just hanging out on the inside. Another really nice thing is you're gonna see this has this large Fiamma awning going across the top of it. And this thing is awesome as it comes out. I would love to put it out for you, but it is a little windy today, and if I ruin that, I'm just gonna be crying. So we're heading inside this thing. And what's great is I could kind of be hanging out here. I'm gonna have my kitchen right here by the entryway. I think that that's nice. You know, I don't feel that you need, you know, a whole 5 feet of entryway to get in. I think the use of space is really nice. You have enough space to get in, and I'm gonna have my sink here. So if I'm outside, I can easily just kind of put my dishes in the sink. I think that that's the way that I look at it. Like, easy, put my dishes in the sink. When I come back inside my house later on, I'm able to do my dishes. I'm still gonna have about 18 inches of countertop here, and I think that that's nice because even in a lot of motorhomes, I see the countertop space being pretty minimal. And you can see how this counter is actually Frenched in. So there is a section that is gonna go in here and give you this all as like prep area, because you do have the 1 burner stove here. You're gonna be able to be cooking and have even more prep room. And as you get to the top, you can see just how much space. Oh, there we go. Yeah. There. So how much space, like each cabinet, I feel like I'm in an airplane and this is like my stowaway or my above cabin, the way that these all are. So a ton of room in here. This is really nice. And now before we get too far into this, I'm still gonna have a big full-size microwave. I mean, look at this. A ton of room in this microwave. That is really nice. And then my refrigerator, if I can open it. Oh, it's locked. Silly me. So, and it's already, we got some drinks in there. We're ready to go. And you're even gonna have, is it a little baby freezer? That is definitely nice. And I like that. So this is something that I don't see, at least in the Class C's, is these little locks that really lock it. I don't have anything like this in my motorhome that locks it. It just go, you know, I guess that's why is like mine, I'm used to the latches that really close it, but you know, that's really cool. Now, we do have some other really cool stuff. I'm gonna get to that in a second, but I think I wanna come back and just show you everything back here, because as I come to the back of this, I have another touch screen in the rear. So I'm also gonna be able to control everything from my sleeping area. So as I come back here, this is gonna be this power bed that's gonna fold down. And if you notice, like, this is gonna be like 7 feet. This is a lot of room where, like, if this was all out, the bed was all the way down, because if I come here and just sit, like, there is a lot of room. I would easily be able to have a table. You can see the slide mount here. This is going to be for the table, and that table is stored up in the front. So whether I want 2 people sitting here, I'm having a party and there's 4 of us all hanging out in the back of this, you totally have the room to do it. And even as I watch MV walk through this, we have about 6'6", 6'8", probably of height in here, where you could be a really tall person and still easily fit through this. So I like that I'm gonna have the TV. I'm gonna have a lot more storage space. I'm gonna have this big air conditioner in here, which is gonna have no problem keeping this whole unit cool. And what's great is I'm gonna be able to run this off the solar or the generator. That's always a big plus, because a lot of times you don't wanna have to start your generator just to be able to run your solar to kind of like cool down your RV. So I'm loving this. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna show you the one cool feature that I really like in this, because with most Class B motorhomes, I don't feel like you get this kind of bathroom. So this is it right here as we go into this bathroom. And here's the thing, like, look at how much room this has. I feel like you have a good sink right here. That's nice. And then this toilet, I mean, that's the whole thing. This is like something that we all have to do every day is, you know, go to the bathroom. And I can go to the bathroom in my vehicle, and if I want privacy, I can get rid of you. That's the whole thing. Because some people don't think about that. Like, hey, if I'm camping with my significant other, yeah, they're used to me, but it doesn't matter how long you've been together, you still don't want to see the other person taking a dump. At least I don't. So I like that. And then we're gonna have the shower curtain, so I can close this. I'm gonna have the removable shower head. I can shower in here. I mean, this just, yeah, I mean, we're gonna have all the lights up on the top. So, and what's nice is you see that, I don't have to go back out to that control panel to turn them on. I'm simple, they're just pop lights. I hit them, they come on. It's really nice. I'm still gonna get the storage inside, you know, inside the bathroom too. It does have this small vanity storage as well with more storage underneath. I mean, I feel like this is just, when I look at this compared to that Road Trek, yes, there's so much more going on and so much more thought out. I definitely like this. And it does have the shower curtain. So if I simply want to, you know, close the curtain, take a shower, keep the air coming in, whether it's hot or cold, I can do that. Another thing is, like, we're gonna have outlets all over the place. You're gonna notice that you have them there in the bathroom. So if you do wanna run a hair dryer, you know, you need to do something like that. I mean, that's my biggest thing, is I'm always needing to dry my hair. I mean, my hair, sometimes it takes forever to dry. But even underneath the kitchen here, I'm gonna be able to plug in a blender, do whatever, have my stuff here as well. And that's going to be really nice. There's so many things about this that I love. We're gonna have like the max air fan, we have the smoke detectors, and you can see that we have this lighting going throughout the whole coach. And what's really nice is I can dim that if I want. I think there's just, wow, there's just so many things. I think I'm just ready to take this on a road trip. Now, here's the big thing that we have to ask is, like, all of these features are all going to come at a cost. And that's the big thing in when determining what's going to be the best RV, or what's going to suit your needs when it comes to an RV. And when this comes in at $180,000, my question to you is, all these amenities that you're going to get in a brand new 2024 Transit all-wheel drive, dual rear wheel setup, is it worth it to you? Or do you think that you could build your own RV for less? That is my question that I ask you. Guys, this was a lot of fun, and this is what my world is all about, showing you guys amazing vehicles and just fun things that I enjoy in my life. So let me know in the comments down below. That's all I got. I'll see you guys in the next video.